Hi there, my name is Anastasiei Krasильnikovой. I am a web designer. Now I'm studying at UPROCK school. I want to tell you about my last project. It is a redesign concept of brides.com, the most popular American online magazine about weddings. Why I chose it? Almost every girl likes weddings. I am a girl. I think you got my thoughts. When I saw the original design of the website for the first time, I was very upset that such a beautiful topic is shown in such a messy way. Let's take a look at it. The first thing that disappoints me is that every blog has its own style, and it seems that all of them are from different websites. It looks like a site Frankenstein. In every blog, the designer uses different backgrounds and colors. In the second blog, there is a grayish background. This rectangle is gray, and the text is gray. But we cannot find the gray text anywhere else on the website. This blog has a dark red color and a red background, but in the next blog, the color is pink and the backgrounds are from different pictures. In other blogs, the backgrounds are different either. Let's look at the fonts. We can find two different handwritten fonts and this one. In my opinion, designers should be very careful with handwritten fonts and use only one such font on the page. Let's speak about cards. They are situated in a very strange way. The margins on the edges on the left and on the right are different in every block. Look. Next to the header, the line goes here. Then in the first block, it is here. Then it is here. But in this block, it is here. Then it goes here. But then it is here. And in the last block, it is here. Why is it jumping? I don't know. Look at these dark rectangles. Who can explain to me why the last one is bigger than the others? There are not all mistakes that I found on the site. Look at the cards and in the second and in the fourth blocks. They have rectangles which go over the border of the card and even over the border of the text container. It seems like a layout error, but not like a great design idea. The cards in the next block have the same mistakes. In the same card, I found more mistakes. The button doesn't look like a button. It is strangely situated between the title and the main text. Moreover, the text in it is too big. It needs more space. I don't understand why this button is so close to the photo. It should be on the same line with the text. The other button, red, on this page, looks more like a button. The title in the card is center-aligned, but the text is left-aligned. The next mistake in the card is that these two captions are in conflict with each other because they are next to each other and have the same size but different fonts. The designer should have made the difference between them more obvious. Furthermore, this round picture seems like it is not on its place. There are too many accents in this card. Where should I look? The designer, please don't make such mistakes anymore. People all over the world collect money for weddings. Girls from early ages imagine how their wedding will look like. The best fashion designers make dresses and costumes for this event. and this topic is about fashion, style, and beautiful decoration. Such website design spoils all the user's impression. It seems that we came to a bazaar, but not to a boutique. Good for me, because I have something to work on. This is the result of my work. The main colors connected with weddings are black, white, beige, pink, and golden. I wanted the site to be slightly decorated, so I chose not standard black and white color scheme, but beige, black, and goldish yellow. It could highlight the solemnity of the topic and make it stand out from the rest of the sites. But at the same time, the colors are not too bright to put all the emphasis on themselves. As for the fonts, I chose Bigilla and Lato. Bigilla is a serif font which looks very beautiful. It is an ideal font for this topic. And Lato is good for the main text, and it is neutral but still good looking. So after analyzing the structure of the site, I started making prototypes. After basic functional prototype and integration of the text, I moved to a detailed prototype. To make it, I collected many references and chose the best decisions that fit my theme. For the home page, I chose a 6-column grid. It gives more space to the designer than, for example, a 2-column grid. For the cover, I used a classical symmetric composition. In combination with the classic serif typeface and pictures in the style of artists' paintings, it looks very harmonious. The next block with categories, with its not quite standard arrangement with free space, adds a touch of modernity while maintaining a trend towards a composition with a lot of air. It turned out stylish. The third block, News, consists of 3 cards with a large description. I wanted to keep the airy tendency, but how can I do that with so much text in the card? It's simple. I made the middle card without a photo and visually transparent. In the next collection block, the photographs are unusually narrow, which gives originality to the design, and the title is not located above the block, but in the middle of it. The eye clings to a non-standard solution, and it is interesting for the user to look further. Then there are 4 news cards with a ticker effect and narrow photos. In my opinion, it looks modern and stylish, but at the same time it doesn't cause difficulties in reading. The cards in the next block support symmetrical composition that I used in the cover. The next subscription block adds contrast to the work, and it is dark and contrasts with the light background. The next block with the news also plays on the contrast due to the black cards, and the title is again lowered to the center of the block. It is pleasant for the eye to follow the work, because while maintaining a single style, such features appear. In the last block of the main page, I changed the colors of the labels, repainted them in the main colors of the site, so that the page would not look too colorful. Let's look at the news list page. I chose a 4-column grid for it, because news often contains a lot of text in the headlines, so the cards need to be larger, and a 6-column grid like on the first page was not suitable. The cover turned out to be rather non-standard, as it was made in the style of a photo gallery. At the same time, it is quite dynamic due to the different size of the photos. Bigill's large serif font size adds a touch of sophistication to the design. After that comes the main blog with a list of articles. There is a lot of news on the site, so it was necessary to place as many cards as possible. Therefore, options with a large amount of air were not very suitable. In order not to make the blog too boring, I made the cards 2 sizes wide. Now the blog doesn't seem too monotonous to the user. Then comes the blog called the most popular, made in the form of a slider. It is interesting that it has 2 card sizes and 2 sliders that scroll in different directions, to the right and to the left. It adds dynamics and looks interesting. The next page is the article page. I have placed the main content here in 2 columns, since the main emphasis on this page is on the text. There are quite a few photos here. I arranged them quite randomly, but according to the grid. Therefore, on the one hand, the eye is not bored, but on the other hand, thanks to the order, it looks calm. Next, I added colors, and then I made a mobile version. Here you can see it. Using the same style. The work for the project was over and I decided to share it with my friends and other designers on Behance. This is the case, and you can find a link to it in the description to this video. The work took me about a month and a half. To sum it all up, I can say that I'm satisfied with the work because the goals I set have been achieved. The site has become clearer to the user. It has become easier to navigate the information, and of course, now it is much more attractive. Now the site inspires more confidence among users and it is easier to interact with. Thank you for your attention.